Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Jordan, and it's never been a better time to be a fan of indie gaming, as indie games are more accessible and affordable now than they've ever been. So, with that in mind, here are 7 of the best upcoming indie games for you guys to check out. Also, make sure to stick around till the end of the video for a bonus peek at 7 more upcoming indie titles. And if you enjoy this video, then please like and subscribe for more of these types of videos. If I've missed a game coming out this year that you think I should have included, then let me know in the comments below so I can check it out. But before you do, don't forget to check out the other upcoming games videos I've done, just to make sure you know exactly what games to look forward to in 2021. It can't be denied that one of the most popular games of 2020 was Supergiant Games' award-winning roguelike, Hades. Usually in the immediate aftermath of a critically and commercially successful game comes an influx of many similar titles. Just see the prevalence of Souls-likes in recent years, and the huge amount of Breath of the Wild style open world titles. Now roguelikes and roguelites are obviously extremely popular on their own right, but an early prediction of mine is that over the next couple of years we'll see an even bigger explosion in this genre. Curse of the Dead Gods by Pastech Games has been in early access since March 2020 and is scheduled for full release on the 23rd of February this year. So obviously this isn't a Hades light, but I think a lot of people will make comparisons between the two games, which is a little unfair, as Curse of the Dead Gods is its own game in its own right and looks like an excellent upcoming prospect. In Curse of the Dead Gods, you play as 19th century English treasure hunter Caradog McAllister, who seeks everything from untold riches to eternal life to divine powers. Your search has led you to an accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. To defy the evil spirits that linger in this place, you're going to have to battle through hordes of enemies in dark, cavernous passages filled with traps and secrets. To help you in your journey, you will collect mystical relics and an arsenal of weapons to make yourself an unstoppable powerhouse. However, with each step further inside, corruption builds, until it reaches boiling point, and a powerful curse is placed upon you. All the curses have upsides and downsides, making exploration significantly harder and more challenging. You can get up to 4 curses before suffering a 5th and final one. To be relieved of a curse, you need to defeat a champion or a boss. It's this unique mechanic, along with its distinctive art style, that will help Curse of the Dead Gods set itself apart from other games out there at the moment. This is definitely a game I want to play on this channel, so make sure you subscribe so that you can keep an eye out for more content on Curse of the Dead Gods in the coming months. The Ascent is a solo and co-op action RPG set in a packed cyberpunk world. Being disappointed by Cyberpunk 2077, but like the aesthetic? Well, this might be a game for you to check out. In this world, the mega corporations own everything. The Ascent Group run this particular metropolis, stretching high into the sky and filled with creatures from all over the galaxy. You play as a worker, little more than a slave to the corporations that own you and everyone in your entire district. One day, while sent on a routine assignment, you are caught in a vortex of catastrophic events that causes the Ascent Group to shut down for unknown reasons, causing everything to go to hell, which means that rival corporations and crime syndicates are looking to take advantage of the ensuing power vacuum. You must take up arms to stop them, defend the people in your district, and embark on a mission to find out what has started it all. Modify your body with cyberware, and gear up with weapons and equipment that suit your playstyle. Want to arm yourself to the teeth and take on all comers? Do it. Want to take a more precise approach? Not a problem either. Your playstyle is entirely up to you. You can play this game alone or work together with up to 3 friends in local or online co-op, so make sure you look out for this as it's due to come out sometime in 2021 on all Microsoft gaming platforms. Another game with a cyberpunk aesthetic. Encoja is a sci-fi cyberpunk adventure game set in Neo-Berlin in 2062. Where you get to play as 9-year-old orphan Tina and her big clumsy robot guardian, Sam 53. Tina is an urban jungle kid who has learnt to live alone, scavenging and eking out a living from scraps in this dark megalopolis controlled by powerful corporations. One day, Tina discovers that her late father left her an important mission, to finish his plan to save the world. Tina and Sam embark on an incredible adventure across different realities full of bizarre robotic creatures and grotesque human beings. Encoja claims it combines the sweetness and creativity of Studio Ghibli, the setting and atmosphere of Blade Runner, and the humour and game style of Monkey Island. And from what I've seen so far, this claim seems to be substantiated. This point-and-click adventure title is set for release on the 26th of January, so you're not going to have to wait long for this one at all. Kena Bridge of Spirits is a highly anticipated upcoming action-adventure game developed and published by Ember Lab in their first foray into video games. The story follows the titular Kena, a young spirit guide who uses her magical abilities to help deceased people move from the physical to the spiritual world. The gameplay seems to be focused on collecting adorable little spirit companions called the Rot. These timid and elusive spirits are scattered throughout the forest, and it is your job to locate them, so that they can help Kana by being directed to complete tasks such as moving objects, taking certain shapes, or distracting enemies. A big theme in the game is that Kana is strong on her own, but more powerful when teamed up with the Rot, working together to rid areas of corruption. You will battle against enemies, utilising Kana's staff for light, heavy, charged and ranged attacks, and with a pulse-like shield ability for defence. The Rot can also help out in combat, but only when they've built up enough courage once enemies have been damaged slightly. I mean, come on, look at these little guys. You don't want them to get hurt, do you, you monster? The fictional world of Kana is reportedly inspired by several Southeast Asian cultures, with a heavy focus on Japanese and Balinese locales. Emberlab have collaborated with Vietnamese animation studio Sparks and traditional Javanese musicians to help bring this world to life, whilst also making sure it stays respectful to the Eastern traditions on which it is based. Kana Bridge of Spirits really looks like an exciting upcoming project and is one to keep an eye on. I very much get Zelda gameplay and Okami storyline vibes on this one. It is scheduled for release in March and will be available on PlayStation 4 and 5 and PC via the Epic Games Store. Endless Dungeon is an upcoming tactical roguelite action RPG coming to us soon from Amplitude Studios. Not much is known about this title as of yet, but what we do know is that it's set in the Endless universe, along with Amplitude's other Endless titles. It's set in a long-abandoned space station, infested with terrifying monsters, sneaky aliens, and rogue robots. It's going to be your job to recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes from all over the galaxy to protect a powerful crystal against the never-ending waves of enemies. Or die trying, and then try again. Every one of the explorers, treasure hunters and outlaws have their own tales to tell, and their own specialities. So make sure you know the ins and outs of all the heroes, so that you can make it to the space station's core in more or less one piece. You can control the whole squad by your lonesome, or round up some friends to help you unlock the station's secrets and see if you can make it out alive. Do you think you've got the grit to escort the crystal solo? Or would you rather test your tactical team survival skills through heaps of doors and herds of monsters? Endless Dungeon looks to be an exciting addition to the roguelite genre. It doesn't have a release date as of yet, but with it being set in the multiple genre-encompassing Endless universe and being helmed by Amplitude Studios, it should be a very solid and polished title. Definitely one to add to your Steam wishlist and make sure you're up to date on its development. This Kickstarter-funded dungeon-crawling action RPG is really highly anticipated by the indie games community, and it's easy to see why. Sword of the Necromancer has a unique mechanic that lets you turn defeated foes into allies using the forbidden powers of the titular sword. Gather yourself a little army of monsters, equip yourself with weapons and relics, and level up to take on the guardians that stand between you and your goal. It's your job to help the main character, Tama, reach the dungeon's depths, defeat the 5 guardians and the Necromancer itself in order to gain enough soul power to bring Coco back from the dead. Developers, Grimorio of Games, state that Sword of the Necromancer is inspired by roguelike games such as Enter the Gungeon, 2D Zelda titles like A Link to the Past, and monster catching mechanics like those from Azure Dreams. Their aim is to create a fluid battle system, with head-to-head combat at its focus, whilst leaning on monster summons for special actions and attacks. If Sword of the Necromancer interests you, then you're in luck, as you won't have to wait long for this one, as its release is scheduled for January 28th on PC, Switch, PS4 and Xbox One. Pray for the Gods is a Kickstarter-funded open-world adventure survival game brought to us by No Matter Studios. In this brutal epic, you play as a lone hero, sent to the edge of a dying frozen world to discover the mystery behind the never-ending winter. You arrive with nothing but the clothes on your back. You're going to have to make fires, hunt for food, and find the equipment you need to make it through the eternal winter. The main selling point of this game seems to be the massive colossi that you're going to need to clamber up and take down before you can reveal the true mysteries of this land. It reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus meets Breath of the Wild in a freezing, Norsey, Viking-y setting. This game has been in early access on PC since early 2019. Its full release is coming to PC, PS4, PS5 and Xbox One in Q1 of 2021. And this is definitely one to keep your eye out for in the coming months, as it looks fantastic. Also, stay tuned to this channel as there will be a gameplay feature coming up when we get a bona fide release date. So make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you're notified when that video goes live. Well, if you've made it this far, then you've probably enjoyed this look through some of the best upcoming indie games in 2021. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe and share this video with your friends and online communities, as it really does help the channel grow. Don't forget to comment below and tell me which indie game release you're most excited for in 2021. Thanks for watching, and here are a few bonus games to keep your eye out for this year.
Breaker Ashley, please report. Begin field base setup.
Good morning, Mr. Riggs.
Good morning, Ashley.
We should go out and explore the area.
There's a large hostile infestation nearby.
Kill it before it kills us.
We should build up our base as quickly as possible.
Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit.
Crafting complete. Base is under attack.
We're ready for them.
Ashley, use the rift portal to jump to the mining base. Rift jump successful.